there to see on that moon. Let her go up there and cry alone. You're giving me candy? That is, coffee flake. Hey! Don't take it away! I never said I didn't want it. I mean, you can't unmake the candy.
Blair?
Hey there, Kalamina! Are you sure you don't want to look around some...
Right now, what I'd like to do is... Thank you. I've made plenty of precious memories.
Really? You're sure you don't want to have a little more fun up?
Yes, I am sure. This was the most fun I've ever had on a moon prayer night. Everywhere I went, people were saying, "Welcome home," and there were friends at every turn. I only wish it could last longer than one night.
Oh.
Yes, you're right. The moon prayer blossoms.
Ooh, look! Look!
Moon prayer night is here! The moon. It's so beautiful.
Happy Moon Prayer Night, dear.
Happy Moon prayer night.
Happy Moon Prayer Night.
Aww. Huh.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh.
Looks like the time has come.
Columbina.
You'll be heading off now?
Yes, to the ruins you mentioned. And from there...
Wait! I know? At least...
Take one of our craft shop's crumb cookies up to the moon with you. You know, for a snack.
Sure.
The Curatorium of Secrets believes in proper farewells. No story should be left without a satisfactory...
Never.
Farewells are an important affair for the Ratniki, too. We never know when we might meet again.
Haha! And here I thought grand farewells wouldn't suit tonight's mood. But I suppose...
We made a little something for you, Columbina. Ta-da!
What is it?
A Moon Prayer Night greeting card with drawings by all of your friends.
You did mention that you'd like a portrait done, so I took the liberty of creating one for you.
I, meanwhile, did the portrait of Mr. Albedo. And Mr. Varka did the same for me.
I mean, I think my work was pretty
The picture of Ashru was my doing. The two of you seem to get along rather well.
Wait, was I the only one who did a full-body picture? That's so embarrassing.
I did pictures of me and Anefa.
I did my own portrait and one for Hat Guy.
Plus, there's the two mages, Arlecchino and Sandrone. So, if you ever miss us...
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much, everyone. This whole moon prayer night was more than I could have ever asked for. It is the greatest gift I have ever received. Lama, I figured it out. Remember how the Frost Moon Scions used to use milk as invisible ink to write hidden messages?
That was a very long time ago. Oh,
yes. When I miss you all, I shall use Moonlight in the same way, to write words that only you can see.
Wow. That sounds...
Quite. But how will we see them?
Simply open your windows on nights when the moon shines bright, and the moonlight will naturally flow toward...
That sounds most fitting indeed. Very true to form.
I'll try to write them in places that won't...
I, for one, would sleep all the better.
Exactly! So don't worry about disturbing anyone's sleep. Just promise you'll write to let us know you're...
All right. I promise.
In that case, Columbina, are you ready?
I'm ready. Very well. In just a few moments, I will be gone. I still don't know what to expect on the moon. Will I really be able to send messages to my friends? The Kuhenki, the animals of Nod Cry. I'll never get to see them again. This is where the people of Hyperborea...
Eternal moon, frost moon, iridescent moon.
The gate to the moons.
The moon marrows are in position. Only the final...
I'm sure Nasha Town is livelier than ever at this moment.
Yeah. It's a shame you couldn't be there for it, but it's now or never.
It's fine. I'm more than happy with this. My last piece of luggage. My only piece... I can already feel the moon.
This ray of light will lead you home, Columbina.
From now on, we will at last have a reason.
Columbina,
Yes?
be sure to come back and see us. But if that chance doesn't come, then remember that you have friends on this planet. People...
Yes, I will. Thank you for every... And remember, come night or day, the moonlight shall always connect us. Well then, farewell, my friends. Thank you. This was my happiest night in Tevat.
Farewell, Columbina.
closer than ever tonight.
Columbina.
All 3 moons in one place. Time for one final experiment. Reason, life, death, time, and space. They all believed I would fail.
How could this happen?
But Tevat's primordial power never did belong to the throne of heaven. And now, they are mine.
Is free to wield the 3 moons' power. It's the only way. I guess I won't be going home today.
Columbina! No!
World, do not try to control me!
Columbina.
That Dottore is a crafty one. He distracted the... I'd assumed that the cause was an abyssal intrusion from the out... But after learning that you
But we weren't able to change...
True. You couldn't change how their stories ended. But you did build some variables around...
Variables?
Yes. Things you heard that you could not otherwise... Of course, most variables... That's what Dottore...
However...
Yeah, we also need to ascertain Columbina.
And that about sums it up.
As I suspected, Dottore has
Oh no! What? She did what? All we saw was Dottore appeared and used some kind of power.
So, Columbina intentionally opened the moon gate and escaped into the same mysterious world as Rerir and Thalindis.
Sounds like bad news.
Seen in that way, the trilunar syzygy and Rerir's emergence, Dottore might have been pulling the strings, and according to Miss Alice, he is attempting to transcend his destiny and finish an experiment.
An utter lunatic.
Wait a sec. Where's Hat Guy? Seems like he'd want to be here for...
He took off with the Dodo communication device after we spoke to Alice. The look on his face...
I'm back.
Hat Guy!
I went to look for the Hyperborean phantoms again. I think I've gotten to the bottom. I got them to talk to Nicole on the other end of the communications line. Turns out, the history they describe is different from how Nicole remembers.
Really?
Because the phantoms are the ones who are deceived. They speak of a savior who appeared in their history. One who... This savior promised to create a new moon within the false... Foolishly, they believed in it. It's obvious that this was Dottore doing.
Now you mention it, the first time we entered the Hyperborean ruins...
But Dottore...
He didn't. Nicole said that this was an anomalous state triggered by disruptions in the causal connections between... The variables that Dottore put in place were substantial enough that they even affected phantoms that he never...
So it's not that their memories were unclear. They'd been tampered with.
That's exactly the possibility Dottore was trying to manufacture. He turned these variables into knowledge and engineered the situation so all that knowledge would fall into his hand. Then, he harnessed that knowledge on Moon Prayer Night.
How is that even possible?
To be precise, he exploited a weakness in the way the spell works. The spell senses Kuvaki to detect the moon's location. So, as long as the false moon more strong, the gate would teleport Columbina to the false moon's location. In other words, to Dottore's side. Once he had her under control, the teleportation spell remained active, and he manipulated her power to seize.
At that moment, the moon marrows disappeared right before our eyes.
By then, Dottore had already amassed the power.
So, where does that leave us?
I'd certainly like to know what Her Majesty thinks, now that... And in any case, it is not the Fatui Harbinger Damselette who sees us as her friends, but rather Columbina Hyposelene. If, even in such extreme circumstances, then I will do as my heart demands. I will fight as Peruware in...
Oh, Arlecchino!
Time is short, so I'll make the first...
Whew. Even Arlecchino seems to...
All right. Lose those dejected looks for a moment and let me get a word in. It looks bad, I won't lie. Very bad, in fact. So Dottore's pulled some real dirty tricks to gain the upper hand. And yeah, it's to the point where even the mages say that his variables have... Many have told me that Tevat's destiny is fixed, and that does appear to be the case. Well, what makes Dottore so sure he'll... And since he was able to stack these variables up, who's to say we can't? You of all people should not be discouraged, travel. This isn't over yet. And you're not alone in that. Everyone here does, whether they... But none of us are the type to sit back. That's exactly how a knight should roll.
Vark is right. Dottore's already way overdue a butt-kicking given his past shenanigans.
That's what I'm talking about. How's everyone else feeling?
I'll use Kuvaki to investigate Columbina.
Leave the intel gathering to me.
Aino and I will do all we can to support you. We will attempt to reverse engineer Dottore's...
Alice and Nicole are busy dealing with an emergency at Tevat, but they're both very angry about this.
Are you ready then? We're going to have...
I'll do my best.
As for me, I'm pretty familiar with Dottore's way of doing things, so I can try to predict his next move. I'll help with your investigation.
Nice! Looks like we have our basic division of... I'll get in touch with Flints and Itlua, get them to have a chat with their Starshiner. At the same time, I'll pass on instructions to the Knights present in Nodcross.
Yeah! We'll show him!
That's it then. Good luck, everyone.